Mic check.
Hey, Uncle, what you doing? Got some candy.
What's going on, man? I
He in the bathroom. Go get him.
The result. Yo, yeah, the result. Sorry, guys. Woo, she stopped.
Yo.
What's up?
So, sorry about that, y'all. I had to reset everything. I had to reset. Mama.
You have to stop. Blow the whistle.
Okay, y'all. So I'm back.
Oh, no.
Had a little trouble. Got a message I need to, go ahead and address real quick.
Yeah, we.
Because I'm kind of stopped.
We started one more time.
So the issue we want to address now is where did we go wrong, and we're gonna get straight into it. So
Hold on 1 second.
Hold on, man. I think that a lot of people voted. I want to say based on fear. And the reason I say that is, I ain't gonna say everybody, okay? I personally voted for neither one of these candidates. I voted for the female candidate that was running because I liked her platform a whole lot better than either one of their platforms. So, with that being said, I also voted a little bit differently. I didn't vote down any party line. I know a lot of people that voted all Democrat, a lot of people that voted all Republican. I don't think neither party has the best interest of all people, including minorities, including black people, in order. I don't think that neither one of them actually. Mama, stop. Go get your brother. Make sure you don't open that door, man. Make sure you don't open the door. So, I don't think that any one party, because history has shown us that Democrats don't care nothing about minorities and people that don't make as much money as a lot of the richer people in America. And they like the fact that a lot of people depend on them for their day-to-day living, i.e. a lot of people that get food stamp, Medicaid, TANF, low budget income housing, and those type of things. But I do want to give a shout out. So let's give this shout out. Let me get to it. Let me refresh that. Shout out to my boy Roberts, man. He always keep me ahead of the game when it comes to things that affect the military, because he's one of my friends that's still in the military. He always keep me ahead of the game. Now, there are a couple of states that did some things right that I would like to say they did right. One of those things is a lot of states have passed and legalized marijuana. You heard me. A lot of states have legalized. Let me see. What's that, Mama? Thank you. I want to get it right exactly how a lot of them did it. So the legal marijuana states in 2020 that just passed, Oregon decriminalized pretty much all drugs, and that's big. So if I keep getting up, it's because my dad is supposed to be coming over here so I can fix something for him, but I have no way of actually knowing because my phone is on do not disturb. And, if he called or something like that, I told him I was going to be here, but he may have not knocked on the door or something like that. I don't know. Sit down, Mama. But, so, Oregon decriminalized small amounts of heroin and cocaine. What, Mama? So, Oregon decriminalized small amounts of heroin and cocaine, and 4 states legalized marijuana. So, there were 38 statewide initiatives being decided across the country on Tuesday, and about half of the last presidential election. But basically, Oregon, New Jersey, let me see, New Jersey, South Dakota, Montana, and Arizona voters decisively passed laws legalizing recreational marijuana for grown people. That's people over 21. Okay? Stop. Don't blow that whistle no more. So they decriminalized and legalized recreational marijuana. Now, across a large block of the West from Washington to the Mexico border, a lot of those states are starting to decriminalize marijuana on a medical level, and some of them are decriminalizing marijuana on a give me that whistle. Give me the whistle. A lot of them are starting to decriminalize it on a recreational level. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what was big was when Oregon decided. It say Oregon measures make possession of small amounts of what have been long considered harder drugs a violation, similar to a traffic ticket and no longer punishable by jail time. The law also funds drug addiction treatment for marijuana from marijuana sales tax. So what they decided in this state is we're going to give people tickets for these drugs that we're not decriminalizing altogether, but we're going to take the money from the sales, the taxes of marijuana, and put these people in drug programs to rehabilitate these people from heroin, crack cocaine, and other what people would consider recreational drugs, but they're being used a lot in these communities. So big ups to Oregon and the other states that did that, man, because there's a lot of kids and a lot of people out here not only selling those drugs, but doing those drugs that need help, okay? So that was the biggest thing about the election that, like, was important to me. As far as, even though I don't engage or indulge, I know a lot of people that do, that get records that can't be, for any reason, reversed. You see what I'm saying? So big ups to Oregon. Now, next thing, we still looking at 264 against 214. Now, I'm not saying it's over because I don't believe it's over. I believe this is going to go on for a long time. But give me a second, y'all. I'm still looking to see if my dad pulls up. Okay, but I think where we went wrong at, and this is just me. This ain't me telling nobody how to do something or how to vote. I think a lot of people of my ethnicity, okay, we didn't look at the platform of all the candidates. We didn't go in, and a lot of people, and including a lot of my family members and friends and stuff like that, hate Joe Biden. A lot of them hate Trump too. So don't think it's just that, I'm in a family full of people that support Republicans and stuff like that. No, we are not Republicans. A lot of us are not Republicans, and a lot of us are not Democrats. The way we look at stuff is, I'm going to evaluate all candidates. And once I evaluate all candidates, I'm going to look at these candidates and say, hey, which one of these candidates, what's up? What's up, man? Which one of these candidates best suit what my community needs, what I need, what my family needs, and things like that. So the candidate I chose to vote for, not other people in my family, was the female candidate, I want to say Joe Jensen or Joe Jensen. I forget how to pronounce her name, and I don't really want to say it wrong. But she was the Libertarian candidate. But if you would have looked at what she was running on, first of all, she was trying to legalize marijuana and decriminalize it nationwide. And she was trying to get rid of all the charges and people that were in prison for these type of charges and pretty much let them go. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying whether that's right or wrong. What I'm saying is it's a better idea than any of the other two candidates came up with. Now, She also wanted to go back to the situation where women had the right to choose whether they wanted to have a child or not. Now, this is what skips me. I don't know how, and I'm looking at my computer and pulling up some stuff right now, but I don't know how a large majority of women who say they hate let me see, presidential. A large majority of women didn't know about this lady's platform. That's just me. I found out about her platform a couple of months ago, and even though I didn't go into it, it's a reason I didn't go into it. And the main reason is because we live in a two-party. Sorry about that, y'all. That was my illustrious sister calling me. So let me put this thing on Do Not Disturb, and then I'm going to call her back so it don't get interrupted again. So with that being said, sorry about the interruption. I thought I'd put it back on Do Not Disturb when I came back on. But we live in a two-party system, right? So a lot of times when you're talking about a party that is not part of the Democrat, or you're talking about somebody that's not part of the Democrat or the Republican Party, nobody wants to listen. So if you look at everything right now, you're going to see it's only Joe Biden and it's only Donald Trump, okay? But there were people that were running that had a lot of good ideas. And in the primary before the third, this actual candidate won. She won a couple of states that now are either blue or red. So what I'm not understanding is how so many of the people, who are pretty much advocacy or what you doing? Stop touching it. Leave it alone. How so many people that advocated for Donald Trump and so many people that advocated for Joe Biden didn't see her platform. How so many people sit back and act like they didn't know that it was a third party, and they told me today, oh, if I knew it was a third person on the party and da-da-da-da-da, I would have voted a different way and this, that, and the third. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. I think that you all are not telling the truth. And the reason why is because if you, buddy, you got to stop moving the mic around, buddy. You okay? It is working. I just turned it back on. I turned it off because you can't be yelling in the mic, buddy. Okay? But so many of the people that was out here campaigning are not understanding that there were other candidates.
Not understanding.
They're not understanding that there were other candidates out here. And even though there are other candidates, it's nothing you can do if you don't vote for these candidates and put them in the running, okay? So, with that being said, since nobody looked at her platform, a lot of people with podcasts, a lot of celebrities out there that say they support the Libertarian Party or any other party besides Democrats or Republicans, nobody talked about them because nobody wanted to talk about them. Nobody wanted to split the vote on the Republican side, and nobody wanted to split the vote on the Democratic side. Could you imagine if a Libertarian candidate won Ohio, or a Libertarian candidate won Georgia or Florida or California? It would be unheard of. That would be a thing. Shh. Leave that alone. Let him play with that. You got the mic. So, if we had a candidate like this lady that ran, it's no way that you could tell me that you don't think she would have won some of these states. But the thing I'm most scared of is the video I'm about to play now. I'm going to play this video because I know one of these people in this video. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you how I know him, but understand this, that I know him personally. I have seen him. I have sat down with him. I have ate with him in a and not at my personal home or nothing like that, not at his personal home. But we mingle in a situation where it's not a choice whether I mingle with him or not. But I want you to listen to what he said in this video. Now, again, I don't own the rights to this Instagram, okay? I don't own the rights to this. But I want y'all to hear this and tell me what you think of this conversation, okay? Now, this is a show. This is a show that came on Showtime, a show called Circus, where they were interviewing people. One particular group of militia people, and I'm not saying whether these people are bad or good or negative or positive, whatever the case, but I just want y'all to hear these people. And these are your neighbors. These are the people you work with. These are the people you go to school with. These are the people that drive through your neighborhood, that live in your neighborhood and stuff like that every day. So I want you to hear this. Let me turn it up.
Part of the American public looks at what happened in Kenosha and they think of Kyle Rittenhouse, right? And they see what he did. They hear about what happened in Michigan with the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. How did you guys look at those events?
Kyle Rittenhouse is a hero, and what he was doing, protecting people and property, was a good thing. But that's different from plot to kidnap governor. The problem is that the media will take 2 or 3 fucktards, call them militia to generate fear. It's all propaganda and horse shit.
Exactly. So, Wolverine Watchman, who did you hear that from?
I mean...
So, I forgot to say it. There are, and there will be some vulgar languages in here. When I edit this video for another site to repost it and stuff, I will try to post that stuff out, but I can't get it fast enough to bleep it because I looked at this video about 50 times, okay? At least. I just want y'all to hear the rest of this video. It's about a 4-minute video. We're already about a minute in.
Video.
It was everywhere.
You heard it on Fox News, you heard it on CNN, you heard it on ABC.
I mean, every newspaper,
CBS.
every radio station.
Exactly. My point is, how much of that shit is actually true?
You really think there's like an alternate reality that is not being covered?
110%, yes, ma'am. I know there is.
Because where we're getting our information from is a technocracy. It is corporate fascism. It is the global media conglomerate. They are the ones that set the stage for all of this disinformation. You know, people have died for your right to go out and vote. And you're going to let some whack scientist tell you that you need to mail in your votes, which is just setting the stage for fraud on unprecedented levels and in a system that's already, fraught with fraud. Open up the polling booths, go in there, be brave, man up like an American, and cast your vote.
Let's talk about the in-person voting, because the president has said, we're going to be watching the polls very carefully and make sure everything's on the up and up. Is that something your group is interested in doing?
No, but Oath Keepers have said that they plan on doing that. To me, it just don't make any tactical sense. We're a defensive militia. We're in a defensive posture, and we will be reacting to violence.
Early voting starts.
Now, I want y'all to notice that he stated, and this is why, I'm kind of confused about this militia. He said that we are a defensive militia and we are in a defensive posture, meaning to me, they're not going out there to attack people or do anything that could be negligent and cause bodily harm to people. Now, as we listen to this video, it's going to be a point at the end of this video where it's going to cause me, and it did cause me, and it may cause you to question that statement that he said. That statement that he said that we are a defensive militia. So remember that. Defensive militia. We're in a defensive posture.
In Georgia this week. What is your expectation about where we're headed on November 3rd?
November 3rd, I think we're heading towards a President Trump landslide. The unrest begins on November 4th when the left, they lose their collective minds and they're going to go out and they're just going to go on a scorched earth campaign.
Let me offer a converse scenario. Joe Biden wins on election night. What happens then?
The only way, in my opinion, that Joe Biden can win is through fraud.
So just to be clear, if Trump wins, then the election is not fraudulent. If Biden wins, then it is fraudulent.
Absolutely.
Does that mean you guys are going to take to the streets and say, hell no, this is not a legitimate outcome?
Yeah, well, I woke up a free man this morning, and on November 4th, I'll wake up a free man, and if I feel I need to go overturn a fraudulent election, then nobody on earth is going to hold me back.
Now, I want y'all to understand this. This man just said, I went to sleep a free man, and I woke up a free man, and I wake up on the 4th as a free man, and if I feel like it's a fraudulent election, it ain't nobody on earth that can hold me back from overturning it. Key point number 2. Nobody on earth can stop me from overturning that fraudulent election if Donald Trump don't win. What you say, Manny?
If Donald Trump don't win.
You heard what my boy said, if Donald Trump don't win. That's what the man said. You okay, mama? We gonna get back to the video.
If law enforcement says, patriot groups, militia groups, please stay on the sideline, what is your reaction going to be to that?
3 percenters are my family. My general, my sergeant, I agree with them.
How about you? How do you feel in this moment?
I feel prepared. Am I nervous? Yes. Not for myself, but for my children.
Now, I want y'all to hear what he said. He said he don't feel nervous for himself. Don't blow the whistle, mama. He said, I feel nervous for my children. Now, anybody that has a child, okay, see, this is a child. Now, so this is a child. This is somebody that depends on me on a day-to-day basis for everything she does, everything she gets, everything she eats. She depends on me for protection, right? Now,
You got that right.
this particular person does have children, and I know, but I also know that his children, or at least one of his children, is grown and in the Marine Corps. You understand what I'm saying? So you're afraid. Stop, boy. You are afraid for a grown man who has been trained by one of America's greatest fighting forces to defend himself. That's what you just said. I'm afraid for me and my children, mostly for my children. But the children you speak of are adults. Back to what he's saying. We're going to get back to it.
Right now, I feel that our country is more in danger from the domestic terrorists than we are from foreign enemies. The original Civil War has nothing on what's coming.
Okay. So, you just heard the last part, what he said.
Last part.
He said the original Civil War had nothing on what's coming. You understand what I'm saying? Now, thanks, Soul Lion. He said he's more scared of domestic terrorism than he is of international and global terrorism. Now, I don't know if y'all keep up with the FBI list of terrorist groups. I don't know if y'all, by the way, I live in a county, in Henry County, that's usually a red county. Now it's a blue county, according to the election. I got police sirens going on outside. I just heard them. They're going off. Several police. I don't know what it's for, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the news in a little while. But understand this. These
Boys.
people, hold on, Manny, I'm talking. Give me a second. These people, now, I don't think Donald Trump or Joe Biden has any of our best interests at hand. You understand? But these people have chosen sides. And in a lot of situations, these people are willing to defend their side. You understand what I'm saying? They are willing to defend their side, in some cases, to death. You see what I'm saying? So, you tell me, as a father, as a man, you know, as a husband, as a, you know, father of children that don't live with me, what do I do in this situation? You know what I mean? If these people, some people in these defensive postured radical groups decide, you know what? Last night, Trump was showing that he was winning some of these states. Now, understand this. Some of these states were showing red, and they flipped the blue. Some of them were showing blue, and they flipped the red. Texas was showing blue. It flipped the red. Georgia was showing blue. It flipped the red. You see what I'm saying? It's cool when a state flips the red, but if a state flips the blue, it's a problem. You see what I'm saying? How are we as citizens to know which person standing right in front of us has our best interest? You see what I'm saying? Not to mention, hold on. Let me look out my window. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm up here doing my podcast, but don't make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. I want y'all to understand, my family is the most important thing to me. I'm not playing out here in these streets. But how are we to feel as individuals who are out here trying to support our families and take care of, stop me, man. And we're out here trying to support and take care of our families when you're in a situation where the people next to you, the people you work with, you understand, the people you shop with, the people you buy groceries with are doing the things they're doing. Not to mention, let me give y'all an example. There's a gas station on Flat Shows, and I forget the name of the street. You can look it up on Instagram. This dude I know, they're protesting and picketing and running them out of business. They've been protesting them for 19 days now. These people decided in that store that blacks don't matter. They said to a guy, we don't care nothing about you. All you black people are this and that and the third and da-da-da-da-da. So what did they decide to do? These people decided to protest and rally around this gas station, and they didn't stop people from shopping there, but people riding by there seeing this don't want to be part of that situation. They don't want to go out there and get ridiculed about the people around them, because I'm pretty sure if you go over there and get gas, they're going to take a picture of you and post it and say this person is supporting the gas station that has openly been racial and called not only black people the wrong things, but everybody that stay in that neighborhood. Because understand this, the people that stay on Flat Shows where their exit is, not all of them are black. You see what I'm saying? These people, when I say these people, the people that own the store in particular, I'm talking about that store. I'm not talking about a group of people in there. I'm talking about the people that own that store. I don't know their race. I don't know their culture or nothing like that. All I know is that they said something to some people, and the people recorded it and posted it, and now they're getting protested against. So when I say these people, I don't mean people of a certain race or nationality, okay? All I'm saying is the people in that neighborhood have the right to protest buying at that store and spending their money at that location. They have the right to run those people out of their neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? And if it happened in a neighborhood in Sandy Springs, I can guarantee you they would have shut that store down that day. It would have took 19 days. See what I'm saying? They would have went to the city council or whoever they needed to go to and say, listen, we want them out of there. if y'all don't get them out of there, we're going to protest and stop shopping with them until we run them out of there. But when minorities, and when I say minorities, I mean all ethnic races, all those people that live in that community got the right to want those people out of their neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times when we go vote, we vote a party line instead of voting what's best for our people, best for our neighborhoods, best for our kids. You see what I'm saying? We got kids out here that are going to be in this next generation that are going to be affected by the laws that either one of these presidents made. Just like we were affected, I'm 38. So just like my generation was affected by the laws that Joe Biden helped put in office as a career politician, he hasn't repealed any of those laws. Matter of fact, he doubled. Okay, so there's some shooting going on outside. I just want y'all to know there's some shooting going on. I can hear it a little bit. I know it's a little bit further away, but it's some stuff going on. But he has not repealed any of those laws. Not only has he not repealed them, he doubled down on them. In 2008, he doubled down on them while he was in office with Barack Obama. And how do you double down on laws that systemically affect minorities, the impoverished groups, people that live in low-income neighborhoods? How do you double down on it? You can talk now, buddy. The mic is on. But how do you double down on what you already did as a politician? You understand what I'm saying? You done, buddy? How do you double down on the wrong that you've done and then stand up and smile in front of America and say, you're not black if you don't vote for me? Are you serious? Now, I know he ain't serious, is he? He ain't serious. But he said, you're not black if you don't vote for me. This is what he said. And I'm thinking, well, what makes you the end all tell all to help black people? You've never in the past helped us. You've never in the past voted for us. You said when integration was done that you didn't want your kids going to school with animals. You voted against busing people to schools with the white kids. So I don't understand how this person is the leader of the free world. Now, I also don't support Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? I don't support neither one. But because I made that conscious decision not to support them, don't mean I don't support the guy who ran for Senate. And I'm not saying he's better, but he's better than Perdue. You see what I'm saying? He's a more progressive thinker. He's of a generation that wants change. And that's the problem. A lot of the older generation don't want change. They come up with all kind of excuses as to why they vote Democratically or why they vote Republican. But nobody, and I mean nobody that I've asked this question, if you remove racism and you say, why did you vote for Joe Biden? Or why did you vote for Donald Trump? Most people can't tell me. They never looked at the policies. They never looked at what they were trying to do. They never looked at how either one of them could benefit the majority of Americans, which are poor. The majority of Americans make less than $125,000 in a household. So how is it that we are fighting over candidates that don't care about us? People are incited and they're pretty much ready to start a war with this. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what to tell y'all. But what I am going to do, because like I said, it's some stuff going on outside, not directly in front of my house or nothing like that. But that's why I'm up here. That's why I'm in the location I'm in, because I can see out the window. I can see the whole yard and everything. People get out of line. Hey, we're going to deal with that. So, what up, Ken? But it's like one of those things where how do we fix it? And I would love for anybody to chime in that want to talk. If you give me a thumbs up, I'll bring you in, because at the end of the day, we're all Americans. You know what I mean? But are we as Americans gonna start a war with each other over two parties that don't care? Think about this. And I posted this the other day. Before there was Pepsi and Coca-Cola, before there were Crips and Bloods, before there was Republican and Democrat, there was black. We were black. We were people. We were the humankind. We were human species. So why is it that we're dividing ourselves over something like the election? Why are we dividing ourselves over a group of people that never cared about us anyway? And everybody that voted for Joe Biden can come up and tell me all this stuff. And everybody that voted for Trump can tell me all this stuff. I'm going to give you the best example I can give you. Now, I don't know if I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of stuff going on. And educational stuff. But I wanted to see, I was looking at Ebro them in the morning one day. And they got a guy on there named Rosenberg. Now, understand this. That whole show is about hip hop. And nobody on that show is black. Ain't no question about it. None of them are black. But everybody on that show benefited from Barack Obama being in office. They benefited from the Bushes being in office. They benefited from Clinton being in office. So I watched that show. I watched the election show where everybody that came on that show that voted for Joe Biden, they gave them mother juckers a thumbs up. See what I'm saying? They gave him one of these. Thumbs up. You voted the right way. This, that, and the third. But everybody that voted for Trump, Rosenberg, whatever his name is, went at their throats. Oh, sir, are you in a union? Oh, you're an elevator worker. You in a union. So you make about $125 a year. Why would you vote for Donald Trump when Joe Biden is the one pushing the unions and da-da-da-da-da-da-da? It don't matter why he voted for Trump. That's his personal choice. The Ebro show, Ebro and Rosenberg and all them, I forget the name of the show, bro. Hold on, let me pull it up. You can talk if you want to, Manny. They can hear you. They know what it is. My son with me today. All my kids. Come on, mama. All the kids here. Hold on. I'll tell you the name of this junk, bro. Because it made me so mad because I see how biased people really are, bro. This dude was biased all because people voted for Trump. Hold on, let me see. Ebro in the morning.
Donald Trump. Yeah, everyone.
So and I'm gonna just show you. Let me see if I can find the show. No, that ain't it. Where is this? It was. Let me find it. Ebro in the morning blast for not wanting to vote. The name of the show is Hot 97. It's Hot 97. They can hear you, buddy. I hear the microphone. Let me turn it up a little bit. Don't pat on the mic like that. Sounding off on Biden versus Trump. Ebro in the morning, uncensored. Now, matter of fact, I'm gonna play some of this, and it's a YouTube video. And like I said, I don't own the rights to this Instagram, and it may be some crazy conversation in here and some stuff that is music. I'm just giving them an example of how this guy came at the throat of people that voted in a way that he didn't think was right. Which is my main, like, how can you tell somebody which way to vote? You see what I'm saying? So let's see if I can get one of these people that called in.
Like, how often does Cardi talk to someone more famous than her? Not often.
So hold on.
He's like, yeah, it sounds okay. I'm like,
No, that ain't the show. But it's the Ebro in the Morning show, and all you got to do is type in Ebro. Let me see if I can find that exact show, bro. Like, it was callers. They asked these people to call in and give their opinion, and the person who owns the show said, "We're not going to judge anybody for their vote. We're not going to judge." Okay, here it is right here. Trump versus Biden. New York early morning voters reveal who they are voting for and why. I think this is the one. Hold on. Let me make sure before I go in it. But this guy literally. Okay, this is the one.
The market isn't about helping the middle
Rosenberg,
class.
we're not going to debate people. The market, most people are in the market, aren't in the middle.
Now, the guy you hear speaking now is Ebro. The show is called Ebro in the Morning on 90. So he not own the show, but he's the head person on the show. Now listen to how Rosenberg goes in on people who didn't vote for Joe Biden.
Class, but thanks for your call, Kate.
Why aren't we going to debate people?
Because, man, she voted already. It's already done.
But she's an idiot. That didn't make sense.
See?
Don't insult.
You hear that? He called a lady an idiot for not voting the way he thought she should vote. What's the name? It's Ebro. It's Hot 97. Ebro in the Morning. And if you type in election 2020 or you type in Trump versus Biden, New York early voters reveal who they are voting for and why. But listen to this.
See? You see?
Don't insult the listeners. Don't say something insulting. Kate, that's
think
insulting.
about
That's
it,
ridiculous.
You have to think. The one percenters and the high corporations create jobs for the middle class. They are the ones who stimulate the economy by contributing to it.
So you believe in trickle-down economics, like that's Reaganomics, and I don't believe fundamentally that works. I hear
now. This lady believes in trickle-down economics, but since he didn't believe in it, he went in on this lady. Watch this.
You, Kate, but I mean, I'm sorry. We haven't even heard a Donald Trump plan. I don't know what the Donald Trump plan is.
Look at during the Great Depression. Unfortunately.
Now, he said we haven't heard a Donald Trump plan, but he never went to look for one. So we're going to keep going. And listen, I want you to listen to when people that vote for Joe Biden come on, how he treats them.
These 1%ers get way too many tax cuts, but that's a different story. But
I think the
they
piece.
contributed to the economy, and they
since we're going to debate it, Kate, I think the piece that a lot of people miss with the trickle down economics part, in this era, this is just my opinion, is unless you're going to increase minimum wage, most people aren't getting good paying jobs.
Now, that's Ebro talking. He wasn't disrespectful to the lady. He said in this era, I don't think that works because minimum wage needs to be raised, which is a valid point. That's a valid argument. But again, Ebro is not the one going in on people. It's his co-host. Listen.
Also, during the Great Depression, there was a 90% tax on the highest earners in the country. 90%.
And do you think Trump's going to do that?
And the taxes are only going to be raised on people making over $400,000.
Now, I want you to remember what he said. In Trump's plan, taxes was going to be raised on people that make over $400,000. Ebro makes over $400,000. I can almost guarantee it. His co-host, Rosenberg, makes over $400,000. But that's not the average of Americans. Now, Ebro doesn't have a problem with these taxes, but just listen.
But also property taxes are going up. So you speak of acquiring real estate, but how? Democrats want to increase tax, period. When
you gotta
the
have
minimum wage is going up.
You got to have access to capital. Biden's plan for access to capital is much stronger than Trump's. For especially for first time home buyers. Thanks for your call, though.
Well, what we just heard, you just got to hear a nice call from someone who was duped into voting against their own interests.
You heard that? That's Rosenberg, whatever his name is. You just heard a call from somebody that got duped into voting for Joe Biden. That's his opinion. Now, mind you, like I said, I didn't vote for neither one of them, but people who love Trump go in on Joe Biden. People who love Joe Biden. people who love Joe Biden go in on people who love Trump. You're going to see it on this one. This is a 17-minute video, and you're going to see it.
You don't know that. I mean, she was talking about the market, so she may be in the market. She doesn't represent the. She may think she's in the middle class. There are people out here like that.
Oh, they consider themselves middle class.
They consider themselves middle class, but they're making $250,000 a year, and they have stocks market and 401k, and they think that that's middle class. And it is technically, but there's more people below you. You're actually like in the top, probably 20-30% of the nation when you're in that bracket.
I think higher than that.
Now, he said if you make $200,000, $250,000 a year. Now, this is from somebody who makes more than that. He said you're technically in the middle class. So, technically means you're not in the middle class. Just to be honest. You understand? So, what he's saying is you are not the person that's going to benefit from whatever kind of tax cuts Trump gives or whatever the case. But anyway, let's get back to it. I want to get to somebody he doesn't go in on that's a Joe Biden supporter.
Okay.
Let's go to Noel on line 2. Noel, who'd you vote for and why?
I voted for Joe Biden because I'm a Puerto Rican female teacher, and that's a trifecta. We've been treated so poorly by the Republican Party. There's absolutely no way I would ever vote against the Democrat, no matter who it was. I'm sorry.
Now, notice she said, I don't care who it was. I would not vote against Democrats because I pretty much hate Trump. We hate Trump. I'm a teacher. I'm Puerto Rican and I'm a female, and he's treated us like crap. But if she go back and look at the stuff Joe Biden has done, she'll find out that Joe Biden treated him like crap too. But that's neither here nor there. Watch how she's treated on the show.
And you believe just the way the Republicans have treated Puerto Rico and teachers?
Absolutely.
And women.
100%. And women.
And women. Thanks for your call, Noel.
Well said, Noel. Thank you.
You heard that? Well said, Noel. Thank you for your call from Rosenberg. Great job from Rosenberg. Now watch this.
Let's go to Brett on line 8. Brett, who'd you vote for and why? Early voting season, so getting a gauge of what the audience is feeling.
Taking our polls.
I voted for Trump.
Tell us why, Brett.
Why? Because Joe Biden's powers, I believe the Democratic Party hasn't done anything for the minority community. If you look, every Democratic-run city is ran into the ground, okay? And
Not
I
true.
believe they're the biggest racist.
Now, that person that said not true just now, that's Rosenberg. He interrupted the man and everything before he even get it out. He didn't interrupt the person that voted for Joe Biden. You see what I'm saying? It's all a double-edged sword. I want you to listen to how this guy's treated.
Rosenberg, no, that's my opinion. Nobody asked me.
Your opinion is factually false. And by the way, for the
Rosenberg,
record,
let him finish his thought, man.
For the record.
Now, you hear Ebro telling him, let the man finish his thoughts. At the beginning of this show, the owner of the show, that's like if people come on my show, and I say, listen, we're going to have people coming on. We're going to find out who they voted for and why. Ain't no argument. Ain't no debating them. And this is what my co-hosts do.
When Trump says that every city's run by a Democrat, they're all running to the ground. Just for the record, I got news for you. All major cities are run by Democrats. Every single one. Chicago, New York.
I went to Maury and found out that was a lie.
San Francisco, Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, they're all run by Democrats.
California, New York, all the big cities, everybody's moving out. Because of their policies, and on top of it, I think they're the biggest racists. Look at everything. All these sexual allegations have to do with Democrats. All these
Trump has 19 sexual assault allegations.
You think? Wait.
Now, Trump has 19 sexual assault allegations. Okay, but I don't know. I still got to do some research. You know. I don't know if he has any allegation against kids, but I know who does.
Man, my man.
Now let him talk, guys.
Sorry,
Come on, man.
Sorry, I'm trying.
Hear him out.
They go deeper than that. I believe if Biden gets into the office, he's not going to be pulling. There's going to be other people pulling the strings, like AOC. They want this socialist society that is not the American way.
Brett, what do you do for a living, sir?
I'm an elevator mechanic.
And so you probably pull in a nice 120 a year.
That's high.
A little more, but you know,
a little bit more. Yeah, he's a part of a union. He's probably been a part of a union for a long time. You believe?
Now watch. This is Ebro talking, but watch what Rosenberg does.
That Trump is pro-union?
And not that I said that he's pro-union, but I understand all that. But there's deeper than that. It's more to this country.
Isn't Biden pro-union?
Society. That's the way it's going. If you have
that's Rosenberg
and the other ones that are all talking this free stuff, free college, free this, free that. No, get out
Brett,
there.
AOC is finishing her freshman term. She's not going to be running the White House next year. Okay, that's not how it works. They don't. They're not.
Can you let him have his little time?
He's had a long time, Ebro. How much wrong information are we going to let this man disseminate before I correct him? It's not going to happen.
Listen, gentlemen, have a nice night, man. Yo, Rosenberg, you're a sucker, bro. Seriously.
Really? You're the one who just voted against your own interest. You're the one who just did your own family wrong. You messed up. You're voting against the guy who supports unions that feed your pockets. You're a guy who supports unions. You're going against him. You're going against your own pocket.
But clearly,
Rosenberg, but AOC.
Brett,
AOC.
But you got to understand people like Brett. He said multiple times that where the country's going, okay?
So, I don't even want to hear no more of that, because whether you're a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter, you don't have the right to tell somebody they're wrong for voting whichever way they wanted to vote. Now, I want to bring up something my daughter brought to my attention. Awesome child. 17 years old, brains out of this world. Every great dynasty that there has ever been, most great dynasties only last 250 years. America is 244 going on 245 years old. Now, understand this. If these jokers decide to start a civil war, that will be right in line with every other great dynasty that's been torn down. Period. If we allow them to tear down America because they can't have their way, we help build this country. And truth be told, we was here before they got here. What if the original Indians, when the Pilgrims came to America, would have said, you know what, we don't like the way y'all doing stuff. Go back to where you came from. Go back. We're not going to teach you how to live on this land. We're not going to teach you how to farm. We're not going to teach you how to hunt. You can die for all we care. That's what's going on right now in America. You got certain groups of people that feel like other groups of people shouldn't be here, when America is a country of immigrants who took it from the people who rightfully owned it, who were rightfully here. And I'm going to leave it on this. If you think America can't be torn down, if you think you can't destroy this country beyond rebuilding, keep doing what you're doing. Keep treating things the way you're treating things. Keep not looking at something from somebody else's point of view. And you're going to find out how bad and how fast we can burn this joint down. Yes, sir, buddy. Remember that commercial on Different Dynasties? America was the last one picture. Oh, it was. See what I'm saying? Like, if you don't think this country can go under, keep playing with it. Keep thinking it's a game. Keep thinking it's a joke. Keep thinking that you just going to march on into downtown Atlanta and make them recount the votes. Keep thinking that. All you're going to do is cause a problem. And that problem going to be rectified right rinky-tink. Because a lot of people don't understand the fact that it is considered genocide to unleash the military on your own people in your own country, especially in America. And if you decide that that's what you're going to do by going down there thinking you got guns, you don't have guns. You think you got guns until you run up against the U.S. military, and you've never been to war. I've been to war. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be in a fighting position and you can't do nothing but defend and hope somebody come and help you out, to hope somebody relieves you. I know what it feel like to be on a convoy, doing a convoy with prisoners that ain't even from my country, in their country. You see what I'm saying? We're right now the laughing stock of the whole world. You're right, Soul Line. We're the laughing stock of everybody. Because see, even though Canada had slavery, it didn't go in as long as in America. Even though Mexico had slavery, it wasn't like America. So we're sitting back here trying to justify this, that, and the third, and we sitting here telling lies to our kids that they freed the slaves for slavery. They didn't free the slaves for slavery. They freed the slaves because the North was paying people to do the work that the South was getting done for free. And they was making buku loads of money and becoming millionaires because they had slaves. And the North said, well, that ain't right. Let's talk about it. I dare y'all to even look at it from somebody else's side. I dare you to look at it from somebody else's side. I dare you to say, let me look at it from the side of the people that support Trump. Let me look at it from the side of the people that support Joe Biden. Believe me, I got friends that exile, bro, we can't be cool no more. You know why? Because you won't support Joe Biden. Oh, we can't be cool no more because you won't support Trump. Why do I have to choose a side? Why can't I choose what's best for me, my family, and my people first? So, with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all on the next run. We're going to figure out who win this election. Hopefully by Friday. Maybe tonight, but hopefully by Friday. But understand this. If I have to choose between my family and anybody else, I'm choosing family first. Period. Until next time, shout out to all the people that showing up on the show. A lot of y'all gonna look at this show after the fact and send me emails and send me messages like y'all do. Y'all always welcome to come on the show and debate and argue with me. But what I'm not gonna do is tell you wrong for choosing the candidate that you chose. What I'm not gonna do is tell you wrong for choosing your family first. What I'm not gonna do is tell you wrong for choosing your people first. But for all those people telling us, if you don't like America the way it is, go back where you came from. I want you to think back 400 years. I want you to think back to the beginning of when they came to America. And think this. What if the people that occupied this country told you and your people, go back to where you came from? Go back to where you from if you don't like what we got going on in our country. What if they told the original people that colonized America, hey, we don't want y'all here. Beat it, shouty. And that's what I'm saying right now. If you don't like America, if you don't like who the presidential candidate is, if you don't like who wins the presidential election, bye. You got a choice. You can go to another country. But what you can't do is tear up what we built to justify you not getting your way. Until then, Zulu After Dark, I'm out. I appreciate everybody for supporting the show.